Hello and welcome back everyone to Last Level Press. I'm Mr. Black, and this is yet more Far Cry 3. I know, I've featured a lot of Far Cry 3 lately. I've just been in a mood for it, and I need to record a great deal of content to build up a buffer once more, as I'll be very hit and miss when it comes to my ability to create content over the next month. You guys will find out why very shortly, if you haven't already, depending upon when certain vlogs get released. This time, you may notice I'm not dropping immediately into the world as I usually do for camp raids, nor into a mission as I have for the co-op campaign with Ghost. I'm going to revisit the old Far Cry 3 multiplayer, which I've only just tonight discovered is not dead. I don't know where I got it into my head that was no longer even online. It is! I was wrong. It is definitely online. So I'm gonna do a quick match, jump on in, and get a good look at this multiplayer mode. I only played it a very, very little bit ages ago, I believe right after the game came out, and my old PC just couldn't handle it very well. I mentioned this a little bit in one of the co-op campaign episodes with Ghost. My old PC could handle Far Cry 3 well enough to do passably okay, enough to complete the game against AIs, but against other players, the human mind just destroyed my ability to keep up FPS-wise. That little drop in FPS made all the difference when it came to my ability to compete with other people, and so I only played a couple of hours of the multiplayer before I got frustrated and just dropped it. Now that I've got a beast of a rig to play on, I do believe I've got a little something better. And once again I'm recording with Shadowplay rather than with Fraps, which is making my FPS sigh a huge, huge breath of relief, considering I can actually see and not try to get around like a bloody slideshow. Slideshow? You're dead already. And so are you. Hey buddy, hop on up. There you go. Let me just matrix you and stab you in the back of the neck. How's that feel? Okie dokie. If you don't realize the workings of Far Cry 3's multiplayer, it's very much like just about any other competitive deathmatch FPS. You've more or less got two bars. One at the top, one at the other top. I could have structured that sentence a little better. One for each team, and tickets for the victory conditions. Essentially, every time one scores a kill against an enemy, their bar drops. And every time one revives a teammate, one's own team's bar increases. And that's really all there is to it. Ow, nicely done. Really just makes use. What in the world did I just see? I could swear that guy just did some crazy parkour move. Anyway, it really just makes good competitive use of Far Cry 3's nice and smooth and responsive gunplay as a major draw. I do wish, like the co-op campaign, that it were set in almost an Arma-like fashion across a more open world with competing like factions or teams on a much larger island. But as I've mentioned before regarding the co-op campaign, getting shot in the back, I only really make that criticism, as I recognize I'm comparing the multiplayer aspect of the game to the single-player aspect, which is by far leagues beyond what this offers. However, given that this is offered in addition to that outstanding single-player content, I don't necessarily think it's fair to judge this based on what it doesn't do, but rather on what it does. Hi there. There we go. Let's help my buddy up. Nice hat. Okie dokie. Whoop. Okay, you're friendly. I hear grenades. I hear more grenades, and I see them too. Okie dokie. I'm actually kind of enjoying this. I only played one round right before commencing this recording, just to make sure that, the multiplayer wasn't completely dead, and I'm kind of impressed with it. I may come back to this a little bit in my own time. I'm not sure how much of it I'll record. I just wanted to get a video up on it to remind some of you guys who may own this game and may have, for whatever reason, I don't know if we all read the same article back in the day that may have mistakenly declared the multiplayer dead, or I could just be a tremendous derp and got that into my head for erroneous reasons. I have no idea. I'm kind of relieved that I'm wrong, though. It may have been when GameSpy shut down. I could have mistakenly thought of this as one of the games on the list of games whose multiplayer died with GameSpy. Unfortunately, or rather, fortunately, I'm sorry, not the case.
Get up!
Get up.
Think we can be friends?
No, I really don't. Oh! No one suspects the headbutt! Right in the sternum. Your solar plexus will feel that in the morning, sir. And that was one of the kind of amusing things about this game's multiplayer. The reward of either, I think it was punishing or showing mercy at the end of a match if you are the winning team, and choosing from a multitude of different animations one can activate. What the unlocked face kick? Why bloody your knuckles? Is that another animation for me? I think it might be. Let's continue. I'm gonna run through a couple of matches as these usually seem to be rather quick. So, okay, match starting in 17 seconds. Let's go to profile. Where are we? Yeah, final move. Punish. Face kick. Yeah, there we go, select. Back. Hopefully, I'll get a chance to use that. Match starting in 3, 2, 1. Let's rock, okay. And now I'm getting a little bit of... Match starting in 5. Okay, I guess it reset for some reason. I'm getting a little bit of why the co-op campaign feels so different control-wise to the single-player game. It's because it's taking more of the controls and mechanics and like the weapon balancing and handling from this multiplayer mode rather than from the single-player experience, which made it a little bit jarring at first when Ghost and I started up that series. But now that I've played a little bit of this, I'm starting to get it a little bit clearer. Alrighty then.
Here, we must show that we are willing to kill more of them than they could ever kill of us.
Like true Rakyat warriors. Okay, there we go. Citra, you can shut up now. Please don't stab me in the chest. I'm sorry. Little spoiler warning. She's a little stab happy. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you'll find out. One of these days, you'll find out. Okie dokie. I like this map. This is gorgeous. And that's what I kept pausing to do every time Ghost and I got to a little lull in our co-op campaign content. I'm still, to this day, just in awe of some of the visuals this game can achieve. It is absolutely gorgeous. And this map takes good use of the lighting thereof. Oh, I like it. There we go. Ooh, unlocked reduced recoil. Goody goody. This thing already has rather, easily mitigated recoil with a little draw down on the mouse. Alrighty then. Ooh, zipline! Ha-ha! Oh, it's kind of useless right here, but fun all the same. It's the little things. Okie dokie. Oh crap. Down teammate. I do hope you guys get a bit of enjoyment out of these sort of exploratory videos when it comes to content. I don't always set out, actually I rarely do, with a specific objective when it comes to some of these. I just kind of turn the camera on and start rolling and figure out what fun I want to have as I go. And sometimes I think that can usually lead to some of my best content. I've been told before that I'm at my best when... Hi there. I improvise. I've been told that about my on-screen performance as well as my writing. Ow! But let me know what you guys think. Give me some feedback in the comments. Let me know whether or not you guys want to see any more of this when it comes to the multiplayer. If you want to see more of the co-op campaign with Ghost, we're going to run through that. It's more or less going to be getting a sense of prioritization from you guys. Also, let me know if you'd be interested in seeing anytime soon a return to my old Camp Raids series. Once again, one that I do plan on revisiting eventually, and I may do in the very near future regardless. But I want to know what you guys want to see. I always try to keep my ear to the ground when it comes to my audience and what you guys enjoy. So, I request feedback. Give me a sitrep. Situation report. Oh god. Oh god. Ow. I kinda thought you were dead. I looked up there and saw a body. Didn't think it was breathing. I've made a grievous error. Okay, I kinda like the slow-mo odd version of kill cam there. There we go. I love this STG. Ow, sure, it's supposed to be a SIG 552. And I apologize, I know I do this in our co-op content with Ghosts, and also in a number of other games as well. when guns aren't labeled in-game as their real-world, like, model designations, I consider myself to be so well-versed in firearms that I just kind of immediately associate them with what their real-world version actually is and call them as such. And I know that can kind of be confusing for some people who don't necessarily know firearms as well as I do, and for that I apologize, but I can't— whoop! Hi! Oh! Okay! Didn't know that the melee takedowns, the brutal knifings, made their way back into the multiplayer. Okay then. I'll remember that. Hopefully I can return the favor. Who was that? Acreus. Okay, buddy. I'm gonna go hunting. And no one came to revive me. Traitorous swine. Okay, where are they? There. Yep, get out of the way. I don't know if team killing is a thing. Ow! I've been playing so much Survarium lately. Ow! I'm very conscious of team killing and firing lines and who's in the way. And I know a couple of you guys have asked that I release more Survarium content. I've attempted to clarify on our social media, and I believe I mentioned in the description of the last Survarium episode that I can't. But I'll make it clear here as well. When I released those videos of Survarium, I didn't realize at the time that I was in fact in breach of that game's non-disclosure agreement. I didn't realize there was one in place until I was right about to release the 3rd episode. And by that time, of course, the first 2 had already been out for a couple of days. And I was immediately just mortified. I felt so guilty. I always try to remain completely 110% on the up and up above board. And I immediately got in contact with the good people over at Vostok, and they were very, very cool about the whole ordeal. They could have easily been within their rights to make— ow! They could have easily been within their rights to make my life very, very difficult, and decided not to. In fact, they gave me the sort of retroactive blessing to keep the original episodes up, and to release the 3rd one, and even gave me the open invitation to, should I want to record more of it in the future, just give their PR manager, Joe Wilburn, a call, or rather an email, and he would let me know what I can and can't do. So I don't necessarily have any sort of critical coverage left of that game. I think I covered pretty much everything that is present within the game right now, so I don't really think it's a great idea to push the envelope at this juncture. However, once the game updates, either when it goes open beta or when new features are added, even if it's in closed beta, I will definitely take him up on that and ask to do some more coverage. However, I don't necessarily like to need to ask permission, and I don't necessarily mean that in a headstrong way. I mean that in a sense of keeping up my integrity. I don't necessarily like to have to keep to anybody else's message. I don't necessarily like to feel like I can only say certain things. I want to be as genuine and as honest as I possibly can for you guys, and if that means waiting until the NDA has been completely lifted, I would rather do that than compromise even the slightest sliver of my integrity when it comes to you guys and your ability to trust whatever I can tell you. Now, whoa! Oh god, grenade! Anyway, I don't know how I got onto the subject of Survarium, but it is something that I wanted to clarify, as I know a number of you guys— okay, well, I tried. You got shanked in the throat, but I avenged you immediately. I know a number of you guys did continually ask for that content. Good lord, we've got dead people everywhere. I committed suicide? How did I do that? Was I bleeding and just didn't know it? Okay. Alright then. That's a little disturbing. I wanted to clarify why I can't release any more of that for the time being. You can bet, as soon as the game goes open beta, and I can assume that with that, the NDA will lift. Oh yes, I will be back in force with Survarium content. But for now, I'll be back to older data. Not older data. You can see where my brain went. Older series, running series, and indie games for the time being. Oh, hi, Acreus. I know you. Oh, that was mean.
What a little bitch.
You're not very nice. Oh, classy. Teabagging. I mean, they are pirates. Alright, one more round, and then I'll call it an episode. Let's see here. I got 13 kills, 11 deaths. KDR of 1.18. Not fantastic, but not terrible. Continue. And, ooh, a new map. Fishing village. Do I have anything new to mess around with? Never bloody mind, the game crashed! Okay, can I do this one more time? Do I have anything to mess around with? Maybe. Let's see, what's my loadout looking like? Do I have any new primary weapons? Oh, okay. Weapons are unlocked at progressing player levels. Righty-ho-ho. I'm not sure exactly how often one levels. I've noticed my weapon levels rather quickly, but not sure. Ooh, wait a minute. Oh, I didn't realize I can click on that little box and use the same preset loadouts as available in co-op. Oh, hell yes, give me Saboteur! 'Cause I loved the 416! Oh, yes! I'm excited now. I thought I was relegated to the SIG. Not so! Oh, I've suddenly gained a great deal of lethality. All at once. Come on, give me targets. Give me targets. Ah, movement. Come on, where'd you go? Where'd you go? There you are. Gotcha. Can assist. Oh! How did I commit suicide? What am I missing? I don't know. What are you doing to me, game? Do I just die if I go into certain areas, like attrition by being within the enemy spawn zone? I don't know! I don't understand you, game. Let me know, guys. Fill me in. What am I missing? I really feel like I'm missing something. Rather substantial critical. Ow! Speaking of critical, he just got a critical, like, combo on me. I like how I can see every bullet of his that struck me. It's kind of a nice touch. What are you guys doing? You're alive. Right? A lumpy muffin. Muffin? Okay, Muffin's a ghost. Not gonna worry about Muffin. We don't talk to that boy. He's a special boy. Yeah, there we go. That was stylish. If I do say so myself. Gotcha. Where'd your buddy go? Whoop. There's your other buddy. Ow, 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 ow. Nope. I know you're up there. I know you're up there. I can see you through the wall. I shot you through the wall. There we go. Oop, you got a third buddy. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? I know he's up there. Oh! Nope. Ow, damn it. I don't like this guy's voice actor quite as much as I do Mikhail. I'm reloading! That guy's got a great voice actor. Although, I am rather partial to the accent of New Zealanders. Got a really cool accent. One that I can only barely replicate. And thus I won't try terribly hard. Whoop. Are you still up there? There you are. Whoop. Light him up! Light him up like Christmas tree! Whoop. Oh, hi. You're on my side. Okay. That's good. But, I actually recall one of the very first times I ever played a game with voice chat. Along, like, other people. As in, not my own friends. I believe it was Mass Effect 3. Ow! And I really surprised a group of guys that I was playing with by identifying I just revived a disappeared man. Okay, then. How am I alive? How am I alive? You don't see me. You don't see a thing. Die! Oh, God. Alright, then. I'm kind of proud of that run. And I identified their accent as, New Zealander. And they were just like, you're the only American I've ever talked to that didn't immediately take us for either being British or Australian. I'm like, well, I've got an ear for it, and I can recognize accents quite well. Kind of like, I won 20 bucks from a guy back in college. I'm just on the weird, like, tangential storytelling mode right now. I do hope you guys can either put up with it or enjoy it. By, when we were all at lunch with a group of friends, chatting with this guy that could bet that I just could not tell what his lineage was from. Like, he looked generally Hispanic, and Whoop, whoop, whoop. He gave me the one hint, no, I'm not Mexican. I'm like, okay. So I studied his features, and I just kind of stared at him for about 30 seconds, and I don't know what it is in my... I guess it's some of my old, like, art class training of recognizing certain facial features that are also sort of those that anthropologists get taught to identify where people are generally from. And I threw out the guess of Honduran, and he just kind of stared dead-facing me like, how did you know? I'm like, lucky guess? Or I kind of figured it out a little bit? Like, even that one was kind of a shot in the dark for me. But, whoop, whoop, can I knife him? Can I knife him? I want to knife him. Let me knife him. Yeah! Oh, that is satisfying. Even more so against another person than an AI. How are you alive? Does that make me a little bit of a psychopath? That I enjoy shanking other players? It kinda does, I think. And you know what? I don't mind. Okay, zipline. Whoop! Down we go. Protect me, 1911, 45, stop in power! Now then, oh, buddy, buddy. No, buddy! Live! Let me make you live! There we go. And then I get shot right in the lungs. Thank you. Oh, cling to life, cling to life. Come on, buddy. Fix me. Did you fix me? You fixed me! Yeah! Alright, good. Thank you for your magical syringe. Okay. I'm noticing that this match is going quite a while longer. What the? What did I just do? Ow, ow, ow! Then the last. I've got almost 9 minutes remaining. I think the match ends if anybody's bar drops completely down. Either that, or it's whoever's got the best team stats after the end of what I'm guessing is either a 10 or 15 minute round? I don't know. I'm still kind of figuring out, whoa, the features and mechanics of Far Cry 3 multiplayer. But you know what? I'm kind of having fun with it. I think I will play a bit more of this. So I reiterate, guys, let me know if you guys want to see more of this on the channel. I would happily oblige. But I don't necessarily want to go through the effort of recording, editing, and uploading things that you guys don't necessarily care for, so let me know. And I may even kind of keep the rambly nature of this episode if you guys like. Because I'm just, whoa, hi. Your team won! I do think I declared, or rather delivered, the killing blow. Oh, nice. Do I get to use my kick face? No, because I think it's the guy in first place that gets to decide.
Your mom wanted to say hi, or at least she tried. Her mouth was sort of cool.
Classy. Nice jaw bash, though. Alrighty then. I am having fun with this. Like, I know a lot of the multiplayer content for Far Cry 3 was rather heavily criticized. And yeah, if that seemed like an odd little cut, it's because the game crashed again. I don't know whether or not it's an instability in the multiplayer, or with it recording at the same time through NVIDIA Shadowplay. I don't know. It's kind of annoying. But otherwise, regardless of the crashes, let's take exactly what actually is within the game. I reiterate, I do think that a lot of the disappointment that a lot of critics and players levied at Far Cry 3 and its co-op campaign and its multiplayer come from the fact that they're comparing it to the otherwise outstanding single-player campaign. And I don't necessarily think that's a fair comparison, although one could argue whether or not they could have simply opened up, a la Far Cry 4, the single-player world to multiplayer interactions. I don't know. All of that is not necessarily within my realm of ability to judge, nor most people. I think a lot of those are judgment calls that people jump to without necessarily the requisite knowledge to make the criticism with any confidence. Like, if you're not on the development team of a game, you don't necessarily know exactly what is possible within the framework of their development, like within the language of the code, within the way that the game is structured. You don't always know exactly what they can and cannot do. So, I'm guessing they found a way, obviously, for Far Cry 4. But anyway, all of that was rather tangential. I just wanted to kind of get some thoughts out regarding my new look at a couple of the facets of Far Cry 3, a game that I very much enjoy, that I had never checked out until very recently. So, thank you guys for joining me for this episode of Far Cry 3 here at Let's Level Press. Again, let me know what you guys think of this and some of the other Far Cry 3 content I've been doing recently here on the channel in the comments below. I'm Mr. Black, and as always, I wish you all good gaming, and Godspeed. Hell, those aren't dogs. Those are Tasmanian tigers. Those things are extinct. What the hell?